This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
Using Gibbs Hammett.
The views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL, but we're the ones who've encouraged you all along to like and share them on social media and with all your friends and neighbors, because Joanne's Nutrition World in downtown Fort Pierce each week at this time presents Joanne's World of Nutrition with the one and only Joanne Seeger.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's having an incredible morning. We have, well, it's that time of the month. Burt Goulding Jr. is on the line with us this morning, and we welcome this guest every month, each month throughout, I guess it's been a year and a half now. I'm just losing track. We learn new things every day. I learn new things from Burt. And so today's topic is going to be about energy. I don't know if it's because I just took a vacation and I'm having a hard time getting back in the swing of things, or I ate some really naughty foods during the vacation and my body is, trying to withdraw from all of those as well. But energy is something that we all want more of. Sometimes it can get static and not serve us well. So today's show, we're going to show you what things can cause a drain of energy and what things you can do, and not just supplement-wise, lifestyle-wise, to help recreate some good, stable energy in your body. But first, the most important suggestion is to do some breath work. So if you can breathe and count for us, okay?
At the same time?
There you go. You could
Breathe
do
and
it. You
count.
could do it. So for newbies, welcome to the show. I appreciate you spending some time with us this morning. We're going to do just a quick breath work exercise to get Burt on right away. So we're going to do 2 rounds, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Only use your nose, guys, okay? It's really nice to help your mental focus and calm the body down. Relax those shoulders, relax those eyebrows. Okay, you ready? Let's exhale
Stand
out.
by, let
Stress.
it all out. Let it all out. And here we go. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you. I definitely feel better, and I hope you guys do too. So good morning, Burt. How are you this morning?
Pretty good. How are you?
I love how you always start with the laugh. It's just like so awesome. The giggle of the day. All right, so we're going to talk about energy this morning. How does that sound to you?
That's one of my favorite topics.
I know, and that's why I picked it. Yeah, so Burt Goulding Jr. is a clinical nutritionist. He wakes up early for me each month because he's out in California, and he has Positive Power Nutrition, which has some incredible, amazing products that, of course, I carry at the store. The ones that are most famous in my parts is Cell Power, Super Silica. There's so many more. But we'll take the whole show talking about all his incredible products. So, Burt, I thought that I could start with the first thing that I feel cause a drain in energy, and then we can take turns for the first half of the show. How's that sound?
That sounds wonderful.
All right. So my first one, I'm going to say might be different than what you see on Google list. It is social isolation. I have noticed with clients and family and friends that when we are just scrolling on our phone, interacting through texting or social media channels, we really get drained. It is just, we're not engaging in getting up, getting ready, putting that music on as we're getting dressed to go out to lunch with friends or go take a morning walk, around the lake with friends and family or neighbors. And that really, I feel like, has put a severe drain on our community. I know that like if I get caught in what I call the thumb addiction, where I'm just scrolling mindlessly through social media, it's like I get so fatigued and tired. I just like want someone to pull the phone away and pick me up off the chair and throw me outside to get some sun and activity. So that's my number one, that just that lack of social interaction. So definitely you want to call your friends, call anyone, and maybe start a walking group or just plan lunch dates so that way you have a reason to get up and get out and just interact with a human, like actually see a human, watch their body language, and just and put the phones in the bags. Like don't even put it on the table. You want to make that person that you're spending time with feel the most important person in the room, and that's your moment. All right, Bert, your
Yeah,
turn.
that's beautiful. No, that's a great way to describe that.
Oh, thank you.
Um, yeah, I guess all of the ones that are the most energy draining really are emotional and psychological. The next one for me would be what drains from people is negative people, being around people that are.
That's a great one. Bert, you really kind of stole my third one. That's why we think so much alike. I absolutely agree with you. You can feel great, and I say this to people all the time when they really don't connect their emotions to their physical body. It's like you can feel incredible, and then someone can step in the room or someone can call you and just be so negative, and you literally your energy feels like it just was sucked out with a vacuum. It's crazy how instant we can let that happen. So that's such a number two. Okay, so then now I have to rethink what my number three is. Okay, so I'm going to say ultra processed foods. So with ultra processed foods, and I say ultra meaning like if you were to really take one thing out for the rest of your life, this could be it. And so ultra processed food means those packaged foods that have those processed seed oils that take 22 steps to digest, or those grains that are so far removed from anything that was ever in a field that the body just kind of goes, whoa, what is this? And now I have to adapt, and you need to sit on the chair for a good 45 minutes to get enough energy to like go through all these systems to figure out how to process it, where to store it, and how not to kill you at the same time. So I'm going to say my number three is ultra processed foods, anything that's packaged and especially that has seed oils, which you'll find they go hand in hand. So there are people that challenge me and say, oh, but this says high fiber or low fat or low calorie or low this. I said, well, just check the ingredients. Don't worry about what the marketing says on the front because they're trying to get your attention. Just look at the ingredients. If you see, canola oil, any processed seed oil, just stay away from it. And then you'll find you're left with fresh, real food. All right, Bert, your turn. So, right? And Bert, what do I say? Every month you teach us a new thing. I did not know that. And so I love how you put these new seeds into my brain every month. So I appreciate that. Yeah, it's scary, and we could, right? We could spend 4 hours on a show of the food industry and the corruption and how it's killing us. But again, we try to keep things as positive as possible with, people leaving the show feeling empowered to know how they can make better choices. So, all right. So, what's your number four then? Absolutely. Big thing for you and I to try to teach people. Yep, dehydration. Yeah, and you are absolutely right. Dehydration, I mean, that's the first thing that they check when someone goes into emergency room, no matter what really is going on. Luckily they hook them up to saline, so thankfully they got that down pat. So, Bert, no worries. The second half of the show, after we go over the reasons why low energy can be happening and fatigue, we will cover definitely how cell power can get you energized. And with the water trick that Bert and I always tell people is sometimes if you're not a water lover, just start with a little bit each hour. Get one of those good old fashioned juice cups from the dollar store and just kind of fill that up with the best quality water you can access. We just mentioned distilled. Just really just drink a little bit each hour. And Bert, I want to make a note of this. There are many clientele that come in and under doctor's order, they're telling them to limit their water because they're holding on to water or kidneys are not functioning as well as they should be. But yet they don't discuss with them not to, eat sugar, not to eat processed grain, not to go to McDonald's. So I get a little upset and stressed because, they're so scared of water and they won't put a sip of it in their body because the doctor said, if you do too much water, your kidneys will shut down, but yet they'll still eat, the McDonald's and the fries. So, do you want to touch on this subject while I'm on my rampant page? That's That is absolutely true. And really watch out for those plastic water bottles. And again, another show, another topic. So the other thing that I've also mentioned to my clients is I say to them in a non sarcastic way, I take my New York humor and closet it for a second, and I say, "Well, are you allowed to eat vegetables?" And they'll look and they'll say, "Oh, they didn't discuss vegetables with me." So I say, well, maybe you can just get a bunch of celery or cucumbers, and they'll be, what about fruit? Doesn't fruit have water? I'm like, no, let's just stick to veggies and just have a little tiny bowl of veggies each hour. I don't know how compliant they are. A lot of people, struggle with vegetables, but that's my new trick. So if they insist that they can't drink water, that's my new trick. Just getting them to consume vegetables by the hour. So I'm trying the best I can, but it's really hard sometimes. Yep, I just bought one last night. I know it's like watermelons are everywhere. And of course, you're calling from California. I'm in Florida, and we definitely have this humidity and heat. So we want to really protect our electrolyte system, and we can talk about that when we go into solutions for sure. But yeah, you're absolutely right. So dehydration. Okay, so what number are we at? Five, right? Five? Okay. So five kind of goes back to like the second one you mentioned, but that is stress overall. So just oxidative stress. So that could be what you're intentionally doing, whether you're going on too long of a run or you're going to the gym and just pushing it a little too far, or you're stressed as far as emotionally, you're not happy in a relationship or a job, or you're just kind of overwhelmed parenting, haha. I don't know who's stressed but parenting, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go to your house, Bert, and have your wife teach me how she raised so many kids and she's still smiling, right? But I would say stress. I mean, that really can knock me and a lot of my friends for a loop. Just really, it's kind of like what you said about the negative environment, but just this is something we put on ourselves. We're just constantly stressing our own minds out with so many things. So, what do you think about stress? Do you feel like that contributes to fatigue? Absolutely. And those two little glands like sitting on top of our kidneys, they're really they depend on us to take care of them. And sometimes we just stress them out all day long. All right. So what would you say or I think we're at six. Oh, I'm losing numbers. So just yeah, the next one. What do you think, Bert? Yeah, so I absolutely understand. So it's like, and the circadian rhythm, I discussed it a few times on the show, and it's so interesting what the body does every minute. And we don't want to lose that. I remember growing up, I was the youngest of 8 kids, and I remember certain lines that my mom would repeat over and over again. And she would always say, if we stayed up late, she goes, "You can't get back that sleep. You can't get back that sleep." And that really hit me hard. Like I remembered that. So I would really, like my friends would making fun of me when they would do a sleepover and they want to stay up all night. And I'm like, nope, nope, I need my beauty sleep. I'm going to bed. And it's really important. Like we talked about number one, dropping the phone, stopping, the movies, and get yourself to bed. It's really important. Yep, gotta sleep. Gotta sleep. Well, that kind of leads to my next one, and that is waking up. So let's assume that you went to bed properly and your eyes open because you have some sunlight that's coming into your bedroom. It's really important if you eyes are open to kind of honor that and get out of bed. There are a lot of people that will force themselves if they don't have a reason to wake up. They will force themselves to stay in bed. And in my mind, like it's kind of like telling the body, you did such a great job of knowing when to wake up, like seeing that light and opening those eyes, and you're just gonna like say, nope, body, you're wrong, I'm staying in bed. And so just, if you can just honor it by sitting up, taking a few deep breaths, sipping some water, saying what you're grateful for the day, it really will just honor that body for saying, you're awake another day and let's do this. So I always say to start the energy cycle properly, wake up. So that's definitely to me another cause. But Bert, we are so good. Do you know it's right at the 10:30 break time? So it's like we planned it, right? But we never plan anything. All right, so Bert, we'll be right back and then we'll talk about solutions, how we can help people overcome fatigue and lack of energy, brain fog, and just become their best version of themselves. All right, everyone, we'll be right back. Hi, this is Joanne from Nutrition World and Wellness Center. I am really excited to introduce new guests and topics to my show every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL, where my listeners can call in on any topic. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it. We want to help you become the best version of yourself. We'll have naturopaths, coaches. I am looking forward to sharing my years of experience with my listeners so we can enjoy this life journey together.
Visit Joanne's Nutrition World in the Krass Square, formerly known as the Arcade Building, located at US 1 and Orange Avenue, across from Fort Pierce City Hall. Open Monday through Friday from 10 to 4, Saturdays 10 to 3. Taking appointments for the Wellness Center online at joannesnutritionworld.com or call 772-464-3598.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
We now return to Joanne's World of Nutrition. Once again, here's your host, Joanne Seeger.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for spending some time with us this Wednesday morning. I have my monthly guest on, Burt Goulding Jr., Clinical Nutritionist. We are talking about fatigue. We are talking about lack of energy. Some people, unfortunately, might have chronic fatigue syndrome. It's just really debilitating when you do not have enough energy to just do your normal tasks, get to work, get the dishwasher unloaded. So whether it's just a little fatigue or a lot of fatigue, hopefully some of these things that we're mentioning today can help you. And pass them along to your friends, which I want to mention real quick. I do have a July special, okay? And that is if you just come in or you can book online, free sound and PEMF session. So my sound bed also has PEMF, pulse electromagnetic frequency, built into it. So a free session if you mention this ad. So free session, and the sessions could be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, depending on the booking. So just mention that ad. Okay, so Burt, I realized we forgot a big one. And it's so funny because you're the one that convinced me of this big one that was a total drain of my energy when we first started having you on the radio show. And that is caffeine. So, gave up caffeine because it just, every time I had you on the show every month, I felt convicted that you were absolutely right. The more research I did about caffeine, I was finding less positives and more negatives. And I knew my body didn't feel well when I drank it. So that was proof enough for me. And again, everyone might not have the same experience as me, but I slowly weaned off of it. Now it's just like, I can't believe I feel so much better. I don't have that jitter. I don't have the crash. And when I did investigate the caffeine, it also showed brain scans after consumption and the depletion of oxygen in the brain from the caffeine. So that to me is really scary. So I'm glad I gave it up and I feel so much better. And the other thing too is there is incredible information, and I know you know all this, Burt, but I need to take my notes to look at this. So yes, so caffeine is also a diuretic that inhibits the pituitary gland's production of ADH, which is antidiuretic hormone, which signals the kidneys to reabsorb water. So that might not sound too scary to a person, but really the brain needs that hydration. You don't want any type of stressor on that system. So, Burt, if you want to add to it, because I know you're the one convinced me to give up my coffee. So, if you want to add to that, because I think caffeine probably is like the elephant in the room for most people. There, I see so many healthy people. They eat all organic. They do yoga every day, but they still are in line for their Starbucks. So, you want to touch on caffeine and what your thoughts are on it? That's right. Yeah, absolutely not. I know when I started caffeine, I was an adult and I just had to have like a few sips and I'd be ready to mop the house. And I mean, just a few sips. And then it was 4 ounces, 8 ounces, 10 ounces, 16 ounces. And I have some clients that they drink it all day long, like all day long. They'll just have in their office those Keurigs and just constantly just refill their coffee cup versus their water cup. It's a little scary, little scary. So we definitely, yes, please try whatever you can. One thing that I suggested, organic Swiss water decaf, is great if you love the ritual of that dark, bitter drink in the morning and you just you felt like that was a really nice morning for you, you can still have that ritual. And then there's herbal teas, there's Ticino, there's Dandy Girl. There's a lot of substitutes if you want just the ritual in the morning versus the caffeine. So just to make a note, there are solutions for that one. All right, so Bert, the other I guess we can go back and forth with the solutions as well. So my solution is what I'm really trying to commit to this month. When I was on the cruise, we did so much walking. We just like we walked miles around the boat. It was incredible. It was just beautiful weather, and we had the walking path. Our room was really far from where all the activities were. So walking, 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 and my energy level was soaring. Just that nice, steady pace of activity level where I'm usually sitting at my desk each day, almost 6 days a week. It definitely slumped my energy. So it felt so good to be so active and energy just coming through my head. So I would definitely say my first solution would be just steady activity. If you can have a standing desk or, some way, like I have a mini rebounder in my office, just some way so you can move your body, even if you can't do a formal gym session, just, do wall push-ups, anything to get that blood flowing. Because gosh, I am proof that my energy went from 20% to 120% just with some steady up and down movement and not sitting so long in a day. All right, how does that sound to you, Bert? Yep, that's why I never looked at it as exercise. It was just fun. It was like, okay, let's go up 7 flights of stairs to avoid the wait on the elevator. Like just let's do it. Yeah. Yes, have fun. Yep. Absolutely. And pickleball I know is huge here, like huge. I just even noticed in the stores they have matching outfit with pickleball rackets. It's like getting really big. But you're right. Like it's if you find something fun, like a lot of my clients, they love dancing, so they do the community dance groups, just fun, where they take turns dancing with each other, learning new steps, and yeah, we definitely can make it fun. Definitely. So what would be your next suggestion for, and I'm totally okay with you mentioning cell power because that's what I use every morning. So if that can be your first one. That's right. Most of us think of energy as the ability to like just, move physically, but inside our body, the energy needs, our needs are so great to digest, eliminate, heal. I mean, we can go, trillions of functions that need energy to, go to the next step. So cell power is a must, everyone. You really, cell power, if you want to invest in one thing, it's so simple. You put a few drops in a bottle, you add the clean water that we talked about, distilled reverse osmosis water, and then you will literally, you barely taste it. It's this little lemon lime essence, and you will feel better. You just stick with it, and then each and every week you'll kind of go, okay, that's better, this is better, and just let your body do its magic with just that assistance. So yes, it's a must, cell power for sure. All right. Yeah, absolutely. And coincidentally, all the things that we discuss as causes are very acidic. Sugar, ultra processed food, stress, anger, frustration, all these things are very acidic to the body. So, no coincidence when you help your body. And again, like Bert said, it's, cell power is not forcing anything, which is amazing because it's just giving your body another tool to have material that will bring homeostasis. And when we have homeostasis, the body already knows what to do. Again, my favorite expression is get the heck out of the way. Just let the body do what it's meant to do, and cell power will definitely do that. The next thing, I lost track. Oh, I know. My thing is a silly thing, but I think it's really important to get more energy. And that is when you are eating, be very mindful at your meal times and sit and chew. Like really, take that moment to actually enjoy your food, be grateful for your food, and chew, 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 chew. The body is set up with a system with enzymes in the mouth. The teeth are meant to do a specific job. If we are eating in the car, eating on the run, eating standing up at the counter, or, it's just really a big energy drainer and stressor for the body. So if you chew, your body has more of a chance to get energy from the fuel that you're putting in. And again, the healthier the fuel, again, we would need a 10-hour show for that, but the healthier the fuel, then the more energy you will get from it. So my suggestion is whatever diet style you're eating, no matter what, your body needs to release the nutrients and release the fuel from it. So sit, relax, be mindful, breathe, and chew. So that's one of my solutions. Okay, Bert, back to you. Oh yeah, the deep breath comes in. Oh man, yeah, I know that all too well this morning. And yes, breathing comes in very handy to just like lower your stress levels and just maintain that oxygen. But I love what you said, Bert, and I hope all my listeners really heard that part. So when we do that shallow breathing, or even if we're really not doing intentional breath work and we're just kind of doing it with a little effort, then we don't get the whole pockets of the lungs that are just waiting for us to tap into. It's like, yes, you'll function with this much, but if you really do some deep breath work, you can get all this breath, and it takes effort, right? It is an exercise to get to those corners, but it feels great, man. It's so energizing, and whew, I'm so glad you mentioned that one. So breath work is a must, and there's like 1,000 different videos on YouTube if you want ideas on how to do some breath work, but definitely a must if you want to get your energy level up. All right, so I got to talk about the mitochondria, and I know that we've discussed the mitochondria before, but if you are not aware of what the mitochondria are, and I remember going to school and they showed this like little guy in the middle of the cell, like, scooping up like coal, like get energy for your body, with this little guy. But mitochondria science is getting so intriguing and so incredible. But what does it need? It needs to have like all the things that we mentioned, fuel, good nutrients, activity, oxygen. So these are all really important. But what the mitochondria also loves is B vitamins. And no coincidence, when you have stress, you deplete, or some medications deplete B vitamins. Even ordinary medications like birth control really deplete your B vitamins. So taking a B complex, and Burt has an amazing one. So just, taking those B vitamins every day will help with your mitochondria having enough fuel that it needs to build healthy hemoglobin, energy levels, help that the stress doesn't deplete your storage of your B vitamins. And feel free, Burt, to kind of give any information about your B complex. I love it. I take it every day. So. Wow. That is perfect, Bert. And that one is a real simple one. Some of these suggestions we're making is, really changing a lifestyle, but just to take a simple B vitamin, and again, be very careful which B vitamins you buy, because if they're, again, ultra processed, then you will have more stress on your body to help metabolize them. So you really want to look for good brands like Positive Power Nutrition. Again, when you go into my store, you'll see that I don't have too many brands because I try to carry ones that I would personally use or that I know the company stands behind the products because they take time to really research and put formulas together that actually work. So definitely B vitamins. So the next thing I'm going to mention is the sun. I feel like sometimes like I'm Superwoman. Is that her name or Superman, where they just fly up and they just get invigorated by the sun. Like yesterday, it was so hot. It was so hot, but I still needed to have a few moments, exchanging with the sun to get my energy levels and to get my focus right. I just needed to feel the warmth and the sun. So you'd be surprised, just staying cooped up or behind screens all day can really zap you of that natural energy. So just, try to sneak out. And even if it's hot, a few moments will be okay. Just capture that sun and just, I do just about, I don't even know if it's like 1 minute, but just 1 minute where I do a little sun gazing with my eyes closed and I'm turning my head. And gosh, I feel like incredible after. So that's my next suggestion is just go out in nature. Hopefully you have a little sun where you are. Just spend some time with a tree, some grass, anything, and just enjoy Mother Nature for a few minutes. And whether you call it grounding, earthing, if you have time to take off your shoes, great, but just get outside. It's incredible out there, and it definitely has much more good energy than indoors. All right, your turn, Bert. Right? I can't wait to finish just so I can go see the sun because I rush from my house to the car to the studio, and I'm like, oh, I need some sun. I need some sun. Ah. Yep. Well, you know what? I know what you can talk about, Bert, because it was going to be on my list because we're running out of time. So the vitamin C, like how critical the vitamin and your greens, the greens with your chlorophyll. Oh my gosh, like critical for the hemoglobin and oxygen and energy. So if you want to touch on those, unless you have another one, I love those things. That's a perfect idea because the super circulation, sometimes people call it just fatigue, but they might just have general brain fog because their circulation is not working, whether they have too much abdominal fat or sugar damage. Yes, super circulation, vitamin C, cell power. But again, we gave you a lot of things that are just up to your lifestyle. You don't have to spend a penny. Go outside, get active, chew your food good, drink your water. But supplements, of course I believe in them. Burt believes in them because sometimes our world gives us a little too many stressors that sometimes it's too much to handle on our own. All right, Burt. Well, thank you so much. As always, it was such a pleasure, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your month, and I'll talk to you next month. All right, take care, Burt. All right, everyone, don't forget that special free sound bed and PMF session. Just mention the ad. Have a great one.
You've been listening to Joanne's World of Nutrition, brought to you by Joanne's Nutrition World. Focus on the QR code on the videos and our archives on WPSLTV.com, and we'll catch you next time on Joanne's World of Nutrition.